You've probably heard all sorts of fuel-related advice, whether from friends, gas station attendants, or even social media. From magical gadgets that promise fuel savings to myths about premium gasoline, the world is full of fuel myths that drivers swear by, which in reality just empty their wallets. In this video, we will debunk 10 of the most absurd fuel myths that even the most well-intentioned fall for. One of them might drain your bank account every time you fill up your tank. So buckle up, because a journey is ahead where we'll reveal the truth. Myth number 10. Premium gas increases the engine's durability and performance. Many drivers believe that choosing premium gasoline will give their car more power and increase the engine's durability. However, the truth is different. If your car does not explicitly require premium gasoline, you are actually paying extra without any real benefit. Premium gasoline stands out due to its higher octane rating, which measures the fuel's resistance to detonation. That is, its ability to withstand premature ignition in the engine. High-performance engines, such as turbocharged, high-compression, or sports car engines, need this type of fuel to prevent uncontrolled detonations that could cause serious engine damage. On the other hand, if your car is designed to run on regular gasoline, using a premium variant will not provide extra power or clean the engine more effectively. It is already calibrated to operate optimally with a specific type of fuel. Therefore, the additional cost of premium gasoline will bring nothing extra except a higher expense. The only situation where this fuel is recommended is when the manufacturer explicitly states it in the manual. Of course, some cars can run on regular gasoline even when premium is recommended, but you may notice a loss in performance. On the other hand, if you have a regular car and choose premium gasoline thinking you are taking better care of it, in reality, you are just emptying your wallet and filling up gas stations without saving anything. Myth number 9. Turning off the AC saves gas. Many drivers believe that turning on the air conditioning AC makes the engine work much harder and significantly increases fuel consumption. In reality, the AC system operates using a compressor powered by the car's engine. This means that when you turn on the AC, the engine needs to generate additional energy to keep the compressor running. Although it is true that AC consumes fuel, its impact is not as significant as some might think. In certain situations, it may even be more efficient than alternative methods. Some drivers prefer to roll down the windows, thinking they are saving fuel instead of using the AC. However, when driving at high speeds, such as on the highway, open windows create aerodynamic drag, meaning the car has to work harder to push through the air, which can lead to higher fuel consumption than using the AC. On the other hand, in city driving at lower speeds, opening the windows can be a more efficient choice. Therefore, to optimize fuel consumption, it is better to use air conditioning on the highway, while in the city, open windows can be a more economical option. Myth number 8. Manual transmission saves more gas. Many drivers believe that having a manual transmission always results in lower fuel consumption compared to an automatic one. This used to be true in the past, but today it is no longer a general rule. In the past, automatic transmissions were less efficient because they used old torque converters that lost energy and consumed more fuel. Meanwhile, manual transmissions gave drivers full control over gear changes, allowing them to optimize fuel consumption. Nowadays, automatic transmission technology has evolved significantly. We now have modern torque converter automatics, much more efficient than older versions. CVT, continuously variable transmission, keeps the engine in its optimal fuel efficiency range. Dual-clutch automatic transmissions shift gears much faster and more efficiently than a human driver. In many cases, a modern automatic transmission can consume the same amount of fuel or even less than a manual one. For example, many new cars are equipped with automatic transmissions with 8, 9, or even 10 gears, helping the engine run at lower RPMs and save fuel, especially on the highway. Myth number 7. Premium brand gas stations have better fuel. Many drivers believe that choosing fuel from a premium brand will make their car run better and keep the engine healthier. In reality, most oil companies source their fuel from the same refineries, meaning that gasoline and diesel are nearly identical at their core, regardless of the brand you buy from. The main difference lies in the additives each company adds to clean the engine, improve combustion, and prevent deposits. However, the effect is not revolutionary. Major brands like Shell, OMV, or MAL use different additive packages, and some of them may help keep the engine cleaner over time. Still, for an average driver, the difference is not significant enough to justify paying a much higher price. The most important thing is to refuel at reputable stations with high fuel turnover. Shady stations or those with suspiciously low prices may sell low-quality fuel, sometimes diluted with water or contaminated with impurities. This can lead to engine deposits, injector problems, and even costly repairs. The conclusion? Yes, the brand can matter, but not in the way you might think. As long as you refuel at a trusted station, the differences between fuels are minimal for most cars. Myth number 6. Filling up in the morning saves money. Many drivers believe that filling up in the morning, when temperatures are lower, will give them more fuel for the same amount of money. The theory suggests that since fuel is denser at lower temperatures, you would get a greater volume in the morning compared to refueling at midday when heat causes it to expand. Sounds logical, right? Well, the reality is different. Fuel stations do not store gasoline or diesel in tanks exposed directly to the sun. Instead, they are kept in underground tanks where the temperature remains constant throughout the day, regardless of when you refuel. As a result, density differences are negligible, and you won't notice any real gain. Even if gasoline were to expand significantly, which it doesn't in practice, the difference would be just a few milliliters per full tank. So while this myth may seem plausible, its impact is so small that it's not worth waking up early just to refuel. Conclusion? Fill up your car whenever you need to. Myth number 5. Keep the tank always full. Many drivers are convinced that keeping the fuel tank full to the brim is necessary to avoid engine or fueling issues. However, the reality is a bit more complicated. In some cases, maintaining a constantly full tank can actually be a bad idea. Some believe that a full tank ensures they will never run out of fuel and helps prevent fueling system problems. Others think that keeping the tank full reduces moisture buildup inside, preventing rust and helping the engine perform more consistently. In reality, keeping your tank full at all times is not recommended, and here's why. Pressure in the tank. A constantly full tank puts extra pressure on the fuel and vapor recovery system. The EVAP, evaporative emissions control system, can suffer if overloaded with fuel, potentially leading to expensive repairs over time. Thermal expansion. Fuel expands when it gets warm. If your tank is always full and temperatures rise, the expanding fuel can be forced into the evaporation system, which may damage emissions components or even create a fuel leak risk. Faster wear of components. Keeping the tank full leaves little room for fuel expansion, which can cause long-term problems for the fuel pump and other fueling system parts. In general, it's unnecessary to keep your tank completely full all the time, but you also shouldn't let it get too close to empty. Maintaining a fuel level between 1/4 and 1/2 of the tank is ideal, preventing fuel pump issues, as the pump is usually located at the bottom of the tank and avoiding sediment buildup that could harm engine performance. Myth number 4. Topping off gets you more gas. Many drivers, after hearing the pump click, continue adding a few extra units of fuel, thinking they'll extend their driving range and delay the next refill. In reality, this habit is not only useless but can also be dangerous. When the pump clicks, it means the tank is full, and the pump safety system automatically stops fueling. It's important to understand that fuel needs expansion space in the tank, especially in summer when high temperatures can cause it to expand. If you force in more fuel, you risk serious issues. Why is overfilling a bad idea? You can damage the EVAP system. Most modern cars have an EVAP, evaporative emissions control system, which prevents fuel vapors from escaping and redirects them back to the engine to be burned. If you overfill the tank, excess fuel can flood this system, causing expensive damage and requiring repairs. You won't drive farther, you'll just waste money. The extra fuel doesn't fully stay in the tank. It can overflow into the drainage pipe or seep into the EVAP system. At best, you'll waste fuel. At worst, you'll end up with costly repairs. It can be dangerous. If fuel spills out of the tank, it can come into contact with hot car components, creating a fire hazard. Additionally, fuel vapors are both toxic and highly flammable. Conclusion: when the pump clicks, stop fueling. Forcing in extra fuel won't benefit you and might cause serious problems for your car. Myth number 3. Overinflating tires saves gas. Many drivers believe that inflating their tires beyond the recommended pressure can help save fuel, as it theoretically reduces friction between the tire and the road, improving efficiency. While it's true that proper tire pressure can contribute to lower fuel consumption, overinflation is actually harmful. Higher tire pressure reduces the contact patch between the tire and the road, which in theory lowers friction. Less friction means less energy required to move the car, leading some to believe that this reduces rolling resistance and improves fuel efficiency. However, overinflating your tires can cause serious problems, including reduced grip. Overinflated tires lose proper contact with the road, reducing traction and stability, especially in turns or on wet surfaces. Increased risk of blowouts, excessive pressure can lead to overheating, and in extreme cases, tire blowouts. Reduced comfort, overinflated tires absorb fewer shocks, making the ride bumpier and less comfortable. Uneven tire wear. Overinflated tires wear out more in the center, leading to a shorter lifespan and the need for premature replacements. Conclusion? Always follow the tire pressure recommended by your vehicle's manufacturer. Overinflating tires won't save fuel and can compromise safety, reduce tire lifespan, and make your ride uncomfortable. Myth number 2. Fuel-saving devices save fuel. There are many devices on the market that claim to help you save fuel. From fuel magnets and electronic gadgets to fuel system adapters, all sorts of products promise to improve engine efficiency. But how effective are they really? Most of these devices claim to modify fuel flow, optimize combustion, or reduce internal engine friction. For example, some magnets claim to change the structure of the fuel to make it burn more efficiently, while electronic devices claim to adjust engine parameters to maximize fuel economy. However, in reality, these devices rarely justify their cost and won't bring significant fuel savings. Most gadgets that promise substantial savings are simply marketing traps. Myth number 1. Fuel additives improve mileage and engine performance. Many drivers are tempted to buy fuel additives, hoping that they will improve engine performance, reduce fuel consumption, and clean the injectors. It's easy to understand why some are drawn to the promises of additives, but the truth is that not all of them are necessary, and they don't always deliver the desired results. They can help prevent carbon deposits, improve power, and theoretically reduce fuel consumption. However, for most modern cars, additives won't work miracles. Modern fuel already contains integrated cleaning agents, and many new cars have advanced emission and deposit management systems. Additionally, not all additives are the same. Some may be unnecessary or even harmful if not used correctly. If you still want to use fuel additives, it's essential to choose one that is recommended by your car's manufacturer or by a specialist. But you need to understand that they are not a magic solution. Regular maintenance and using quality fuel are far more important. Now that you've uncovered the truth about fuel myths, don't stop here. If you want your engine to go beyond 200,000 kilometers, you need to check out our previous video on simple tricks that can save your engine. Trust me, it's everything you need to protect your car in the long run.